Every Minecraft player knows the strongest enchantment you're supposed to get on armor is Protection 4. But what if I told you that Protection 4 isn't the limit? What if I told you instead it is possible to wear armor with blast protection, fire protection, projectile protection, and Protection 5? Not only does Protection 4 reduce damage by 64%, but Protection 5 reduces it by 80%. This means that damage you'd normally take with full Protection 5 will be cut in half. A creeper that hits you with 4 hearts, now it hits for 2. And if I could get this armor into my hardcore world, I would basically never have to worry about dying again. And that is exactly what I'm going to try to do. But here comes the problem. This armor is illegal in modern Minecraft. The only way to get it is by traveling through versions, downgrading, exploiting old mechanics, and carefully upgrading forward without breaking anything. And this is the plan. Here we start in snapshot 12W49A, also known as Minecraft 1.4.6. And yes, that is pretty ancient. I've already spent around 30 minutes just trying to launch the snapshot because you can find it in the modern launcher nowadays. But after getting it to work with another client, we can now finally load into a brand new world. And as soon as we load in, the nostalgia hits. Old textures, old music, and old mechanics. The first thing I notice, I can't sprint with the control button. I have to press W 2 times in order to sprint. And this is going to hurt a lot. I start with the basic early game mechanics. I'm getting some wood, killing some pigs for food, and while doing that, I will explain our goal. In this early Minecraft snapshot, it is possible to enchant any item with any enchantment you want. This means we can put sharpness 5 on our chestplate. And this is exactly what we're going to need, because later this will transform into our Protection 5, which we want. So our goal is simple. Get full diamond armor first, enchant every piece with any level 5 enchantment, and it will later turn into Protection 5. After some time I decided to mine into a wall and get some stone tools, cause I can walk around with wood tools all the time. And I know that gameplay is kinda boring, but everybody needs to go through it when we start a new world. After getting my stone upgrade, I really needed a bed. So I walked a bit and found some sheep, which I killed. I also wanted to cook my meat, cause at the time it was still raw and I can't eat it. So I quickly crafted an oven, put in the meat, and in the meantime also crafted my bed so I could sleep if the night would come. After a bit of time I was finally ready to go and decided to move out. My plan was to find a cave, mine some iron and gear up even more so I could move on with my plan. Not long after I found this ravine or cave inside a water pool I came across. I jumped down it and wanted to mine some coal and realized how long it takes to swim up a water stream in this version. After finally making it up, I mined the coal and went to sleep. I saw some more coal and my first iron, so I wanted to get down and mine it. I jumped down the water stream and mined some iron I found. And as I jumped through the big waterfall that was flowing down the ravine, I found a skeleton. And the slow swimming and not being able to sprint with the control button makes mob fights in this scenario kinda hard. So I decided to leave. Instead, I decided to tower up to mine the coal and the iron and swim up the water stream so I could leave the ravine. Here's where the stupid part begins, because word generation in this version isn't like it is in the newer versions. And my plan at the time was to find a village where I could trade with villagers for a level 5 enchantment book, which I can then put on my armor. I walked around 30 minutes to 1 hour and still found nothing. At some point I got to an ocean where I just drove out about 10 minutes and didn't find anything. So I decided to pull up a chunk map and look where I can find a village. After another 30 minutes of traveling, I got to the place, but there was no village here. Luckily, the chunk map said there would be another village 200 blocks from there, so I walked there and I actually found one. As I finally arrived at the village, I first of all looted the blacksmith, where I got some decent loot, 5 obsidian and some iron leggings, which were kinda useless though, cause I already had iron leggings. I decided to check on the villager trades and realized that the villagers are some pesky scammers in this version. I forgot that trading in the older versions wasn't something like in the newer versions. This would mean that the plan I made about trading for enchantment 5 books would have kind of been for nothing. This means there's only one option that really remains, and that is enchanting with an enchanting table. And in order to get this enchanting table, I first of all needed 4 obsidian, 1 book, and 2 diamonds. And as I didn't really have any diamonds, I needed to get mining in some cave. I decided to head out and get familiar with my nearby surroundings, and I instantly found a cave. I explored the cave a bit, mined all the coal and iron it had. I smelted it in the oven and created all the gear I needed for mining. And that is when I decided to dig down. The optimal mining level in this version for diamonds was level 14. That's where I needed to go. Alright, here we are, the boring part. Let's mine down and go strip mining, I guess. Alright, found a ravine with a mineshaft while digging down, but there's nothing really in there in this old version, so I decided not to show it. But here we are at level 14, and we're gonna strip mine now. I hate strip mining. 20 minutes, still didn't find any diamonds. Oh my god, finally, dude, what? This took ages. And I need to get a full set of diamond armor, what? Alright, finished with my mining session. Let's see what we got. I think that's fair enough. We got a whole diamond armor set, so I think that's pretty good. I'll head back to the village and put everything in a chest. Alright, here I am, back at the village. Let's head inside and put everything in the chest so it's safe. I'll also place down my ovens really quick, and my crafting bench as well. I'll quickly sort everything up, and then we're ready to go on the next step. I'll quickly craft up the full diamond armor set, and then we'll do the enchanting table. Or maybe not, cause we're missing a diamond. Alright, that means some more strip mining for me, and I'll spare you with the details. I'll be back in a minute. But before I go down, I quickly want to place all the sugarcane, so I have a sugarcane farm. Alright, and here it is. Very good. Alright, another quick trip into the cave. And now we can finally craft the enchanting table. But first I'll need to grab some leather, 3 sugarcane to make some paper, and craft a book. Put the sugarcane in. I think that should be enough. 1, 2, 3. And here we have the book. Let's do it. Now put in 4 obsidian like this, 1 diamond in each corner, and the book on top. There we have it, the enchanting table. Nice. I'll place it somewhere outside, I think. Yeah, I think over there should be fine. As I'll quickly sort in the items I got from the mining session, I'll go through the next step. Every Minecraft player should know that enchanting isn't that easy. To get the really good enchantments, we first of all need 15 bookshelves, which is 45 books, and a lot of leather. The big problem here is that mob spawning in this version is terrible. I at least have the sugarcane farm, but without some cows, I can't really do anything with it. But this is the perfect time to give a shout out to MiSteakenwho, who made me aware of Protection 5 armor in the first place. You should really check out his channel, leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment too. He makes really good videos. Well, I was watching his playthrough and he kinda had the same problem, but his idea was a bit better than farming some cows. And his idea lies in the Stronghold. The Stronghold consists of multiple different rooms, and one of them is the library. And the library would be the perfect place to farm all the books we need. I should also mention that it doesn't stop with the 15 bookshelves, because if I want to level 5 enchantments, I will need a lot of books which I can enchant in an enchanting table. So this would be the perfect place, and that is exactly where we're going. Alright, I was just heading to the Stronghold and I found this village, so I'll quickly loot it and see what we've got here. Oh, look at that, we have some bookshelves here. That will definitely not be enough though, but I'll still take it. Oh damn, another village. It's so stupid, I walked an hour before and didn't find any village without the chunk map, and now I just find 2 in a row. Alright, let's see what we've got here. This sprinting is getting on my nerves. Always need to double press W. Alright villagers, I'm just taking your bookshelves if you got any. And this house looks like it has some. Just need to find a way to get in. Alright, block here and up we go. I'll quickly mine the bookshelves and then we can move on. Finally, after a lot of walking, we should finally be here, and the chunk map is telling me that the stronghold should be right here. Alright, I'll quickly dig down. Oh, there it is. Let's quickly mine down. Damn, it's pretty dark in here. Oh, creeper and a man. Alright, I'll quickly search for the library, and I'll be right back when I found it. Oh, there it is, finally. That is exactly what I was looking for. I'll quickly mine all the books, and I'll spare you with the boring part. Alright, got about 9 stacks of books, and I hope that this will be enough. And if not, I still have some spare inside the library, so I can just come back anytime. So the plan now is to head back, place down all the bookshelves, and get to the XP farming, so we can enchant all the armor and the books. This just means that I have to walk back another 30 minutes to my base, but I'll see you in a second. Look what I see in the distance. It's a desert temple. Okay, let's quickly get in and see what the loot is like. Down we can go. Oh damn, it's made of wood in this version. Didn't even know it was like that. Let's go down, down. Do not step on a pressure plate. Just some gold, nothing really special. Some more gold, some iron, some more gold. Damn, pretty lame. I'll take the TNT with me though. Desert temples aren't really worth looting in this version, to be honest. Anyways, I'll head back home. When I got back home, I wanted to enchant my first book. So I placed down all the bookshelves and enchanted my first book. Sadly, it wasn't a level 5 enchantment though. But I realized something else. A big problem. And in case you didn't notice, you should look at my XP bar, because I just went from 32 levels all the way down to level 2. Enchanting in this version removes all of your levels, and this every single time. That means I need to go from level 0 to 30 over and over and over again. I knew that I would have to farm a lot of XP, but I didn't think it would be that much. But still, I had a plan. It's kind of a rookie method, but I thought about mining nether quartz. But in order to do this, I needed to go into the nether. But I didn't have any obsidian for a nether portal, so I would need to go back to the mines, get some obsidian, and go back up. And that is exactly what I did. I quickly went into the ravine where I found some obsidian, which I didn't show in the video, got it, and went back up. And here we are. I think I'll place it right over here. So let me quickly build it up. Alright, moment of truth. Let's see what the other side will look like. Oh, here we are inside the nether. First thing I noticed though is we don't have any quartz here. And that is where the realization kicked in. Cause in this version there was no quartz yet. So yet again, I had to get another method of farming XP. What I did have though was a god seed for speedrunners, cause the fortress was literally 10 blocks from my portal. I quickly went ahead, looked for the blaze spawner and killed some blaze for the blaze rods, cause I would need them for the ender eyes later on. But as I head back, I still have the XP problem. And there really are only 2 available options left. The first one is to farm mobs every time it turns nighttime, and that would take a lot of time. Or look for a mob spawner and build a farm around it. But without a chunk map and not a lot of time for this would be kind of time consuming as well. But I didn't really have another option either, so I decided to push my luck, go into the caves and just look around it one more time. Who knows, maybe I would have some luck. So I explored my mine with some torches, hoping for some luck. Killed some mobs while exploring, and after looking into every corner this cave had to offer, I actually found one. I don't know the odds of this happening, but I was extremely lucky. And I found a spider spawner. Not the ideal kind of spawner I wanted to find, but it will work out. So I'm done building the farm. We just need to go down here. It's a bit small, but for now it should be enough hopefully. And I'll just farm some spiders and I'll let you know if I have enough levels. Alright, here comes the last spider before I'm at level 30 again. And I already have a big problem with this farm because it's incredibly slow. I had to farm here like 20 minutes before getting to level 30 and this is definitely not fast enough. So I'm already thinking about building a new farm and it will probably be a mob grinder. But for now, let's get back and enchant another book and see what we get. Alright, let's try our luck again. I'll just quickly grab a book and we'll put it in and enchant it. Let's see what we get. Bane of Arthropods 5. That's not very good, although with my spider farm it may be a bit useful. So I'll put it on my sword real quick, but we'll try again if we get to level 30. Alright, so we kind of made a big jump here, because I was currently mining, and a lot of things have happened in this world, but I kind of lost the recording footage, but I'll quickly give you a brief introduction to what I did. First of all, I was currently mining to get myself full diamond armor, and also enough iron to make an anvil. And we're right now walking to our mob grinder, which I built. This one is insanely fast and gets me to level 30 much faster than the spider farm did, and that was kind of necessary. The only problem with this farm is that it takes 5 minutes getting up the ladder. And as soon as we get up, you can already see the mobs coming down. And that's about everything that has happened. So I'll continue farming some XP, and if something happens, I will be right back, guys. So I've actually decided to quickly mine all the bookshelves and move them upstairs to my mob farm, because running down and enchanting right at my base is kind of time consuming all the time. So I'll better just take it up. Also, I craft another anvil because one is definitely not enough. Yeah, just wanted to let you guys know. Oh my god. Okay, that is definitely not safe. Luckily the mobs die one block lower. Damn, I really need a fix for this. Damn, I stopped beating for a second. That could have ended really bad. Yeah, I'll quickly need to fix all of this. Alright, everything's fixed, so I'll keep farming XP. And here we are once again. We made kind of a big jump here. So as you can see, I upgraded the mob grinder with some obsidian blocks so that it wouldn't happen again that a creeper blows up the entire mob grinder, and me including. So this would make the farm much safer now. I also made a big platform here, and as I said, I moved the bookshelves, the enchanting table and the anvils up here. Also, I should mention that I made some upgrades to the mob grinder as well, because we first started with 1 layer on the mob grinder. I later added 2 more layers, so we had 3 in total. That made the farm much faster, but I kind of wanted it to be even faster, so I made 2 more layers, and we're now at a total of 5 layers, which gets me to level 30 in about 3 to 5 minutes, which is much better. As you may have seen in the chest, we also collected a lot of enchanted books by now, and we're really close to getting the armor to full level 5 enchantments. So I'll do another cut here, and I'll see you when I'm done with the armor. Alright guys, as you can see, every single armor piece has a level 5 enchantment on it now, and that means that we can upgrade to the next snapshot. Now we get to the next step. I just upgraded to snapshot 18W21A. This snapshot isn't where I get protection 5 on my armor yet though. But as you can see, I'm currently in the desert, and that is because I'm looking for Enderman. Because in this version, I'm also gonna grab an elytra in the end fortress. And the plan will be to enchant the elytra here with Unbreaking 3, because this will turn into protection later. So we will have to kill the ender dragon. I quickly enchanted my bow, my armor and my sword, And as you can see, I'm right now in the desert. I also crafted some fireworks so we could just fly back with the elytra later. And I'm just gonna spare you with all the enderman killing because it took a couple of Minecraft days. But as soon as we got them, we are here at the portal. And I think we're gonna put the ender eyes in. And here we should have all the ender eyes that we will need to light up the end portal. So I'm gonna put them in really quick. And here we are. Just gonna quickly organize my inventory, throw away all the trash I have, and we're gonna hop in and kill the ender dragon. Okay, we're in. Gotta lock in. Just quickly need to build over to the main island. Alright, we're here. Just gonna tower up quick. Really gotta be careful to not look at any enderman because they really do a lot of damage without protection 4 armor. Okay, shoot down the first crystal. Nice, first try. The other ones are definitely gonna be harder though. Alright, some crystals down. Now gonna tower up to destroy the caged crystals. Go up here. Okay, that should be high enough. And destroy it. Alright, to the next one. And that was already really close. Alright, so I'm gonna need to tower up here too. Should be on top again. And destroy. Let's go down safely this time though. So it's only this crystal and one more left. And then we should have destroyed every single one of them. And finally, that is the last one. Just had to reposition a bit because it was really hard to hit. And now we can hit the ender dragon with our sword and shoot him down with our bow until he's dead. And then we finally beat the game. Gotta say, the ender dragon fight is still really easy. Okay, very good. Looks like the dragon is purging. Just need to get close without getting hit into the air. Oh my god, what am I getting hit from? What? Okay, seems to have stopped. Let's get some good hits in to get the dragon low. Quickly want to eat so I can regenerate. But I mean, I'm not in a hurry. Damn, he's being here pretty long. And this, friends, is the perfect time to introduce you to a few rules I made in this world. Because I said to myself, if I'm gonna die in this world, it's gonna be the end to my hardcore world. And this exact moment was one of the worries I had when starting the world, because there's nothing I can do when I get hit up by the dragon except for water damaging. So let's hope that I survive this and I do not lose my hardcore world. Oh my god, no way. Just gotta hit the emoji. Oh my god, yes, I survived. Okay, just gonna kill the dragon now. Alright, he just purged, so I'm gonna get in the last few hits hopefully. Just gonna get near him without getting hit in the air once again. Okay, he's glitching a bit, but I can hit his head. I'm actually a bit worried to get hit in the air again, so I'm just gonna go away and shoot him with the bow, hopefully. Okay, so the dragon is really low. Just gotta get in 1 or 2 more hits, and he should be down. That should be the last shot. And we did it, finally. We've actually beaten the game without dying. We have the protection 5 armor. Now we're just gonna get the elytra. So I just let the animation run and was looking for the end gateway. I also grabbed the dragon egg. I'm quickly gonna tower over and we're gonna go in and search our end fortress with a ship so we can get an elytra and fly back to the base. Alright, let's pearl in. Okay, and we're on a small island here. You guys know the process as good as I know. Finding an end city can take pretty long, so I'm gonna spare you with the boring time. And I'm just gonna walk around, look for one, and if I find something, I'm gonna tell you, and I'll be right back. Okay, after 50 minutes, I actually found an end city finally, and it even has a ship. So I'm just gonna go in, let myself hit by a few shot cliffs so I'll fly up, and I'm gonna grab the elytra. I must say, the end cities are really easy, so this isn't really a challenge. Okay, so we're up on the roof and the ship isn't far from here. I'm just gonna let myself get hit, I think, fly over and drop down, quickly loot the elytra, and then we should be good to go. Here comes the first shulker bullet, I actually wanted to get a bit closer because I don't want to fall down all the way. Okay, but I just got hit anyway, so just quickly get over. Actually, I want to kill this shulker though, because I'm already at the ship. Yeah, never mind. I'll just gotta fly up. Okay, we're on top. Just gonna drop down water emoji and quickly run in to get the elytra. Down the staircase. And there it is. Quickly gonna kill you, buddy, because you're kind of in the way. And there we have it, the first elytra. I'm quickly gonna put it on and I'm gonna fly to another end city, grab a second elytra, and we're gonna see each other's back at the base when I have two elytras. Alright, I'm back. I enchanted the elytra, and as you can see inside the chest, we have all the armor pieces and the elytra with Unbreaking 3. And if we're gonna upgrade to the next version, we should have every armor piece with Protection 5. Alright guys. Here we are in snapshot 18W22B, and we have a few more tasks that we will need to get done in this snapshot, but we're now gonna load into the world and see if it worked, and we have Protection 5 on every armor piece. Yep. It worked, and this is really insane, to be honest with you guys. Can't really express how this feels, but sadly that is not it, because we're kinda at the hardest part now. Because as you saw in the intro, Protection 5 isn't everything that is gonna be on this armor. We are still making God armor, meaning we still need blast protection, projectile protection, and fire protection on the same armor piece. And you're probably wondering how. And that is exactly why we are in this snapshot, because here we can use a mechanic that is kind of bugged in this snapshot, where we can put our armor without any enchantment in the top slot of the grindstone and the enchanted armor in the lower slot of the grindstone, and the top armor will then get the enchantment of the armor piece that is put inside the lower spot. And we can do this with every armor piece, so that in the end we have the God armor with Protection 5. This means we have 3 goals on our list right now. Goal number 1, get 4 more sets of full diamond armor. Step 2 is to get every other type of protection, blast protection, fire, and projectile protection. And step number 3 is to combine all of those protection and enchantments into one armor set. And that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so it's been a bit of mining, and I think I'm done. We have 2.5 stacks of diamonds, and that should be enough to make 4 armor sets, hopefully. So I'm quickly gonna get back to the base and craft up all the armor pieces. And then I'm gonna go back to XP farming so I can enchant all of them. Alright, so now we're gonna craft up all the armor pieces. I will actually need 5 of each, not 4, but luckily I have enough diamonds. I'm quickly gonna craft them up and put them all in the chest. Alright, and here we have all the armor pieces 5 times. Now the next step is to get projectile protection 4, blast protection 4, and fire protection 4 on every single armor piece. You may wonder why I have 5 armor pieces, because that's only 3, but as I said before, we will need 1 blank armor piece, and I did 1 more because I somehow forgot that I already have protection 5, and I thought I need to get protection 4 too, but I will realize it later, so that's why we have 5. After hours of mob farming, I'm finally done. I collected every single type of protection on these armor pieces, and now I'm gonna show you the bug, and we're gonna put all of them into the true God armor. And then we can actually put it into our real hardcore world, and we're finally done. Alright, now I'm gonna put the empty armor piece into the top slot of the grindstone and the enchanted armor piece in the bottom spot. And by doing that, the top armor piece should get the enchantment from the lower armor piece. And it works. Now I'm just gonna do it with all the enchanted armor pieces and then we should have the final armor. Alright, here we are. We have the complete god armor with protection 5 and every other protection type of level 4. We also have the protection 3 elytra, and what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna look for a chunk which I want to import into my hardcore world. And nope, this isn't cheating, it's just the only way how it works. Alright, so I've decided to take a house out of the village because that's where my base is at and that's how I want to remember this protection 5 world. The problem is that the other house is inside of the chunk, so I'm just quickly gonna tear it down. Good, so I'm finished and we're gonna place the chest inside of this house inside the village, put inside all of the armor pieces and then load it into our hardcore world. That's kind of a big moment, to be honest. At this point, it's already been 20 in-game hours for me to get this armor. And now we're finally finished. Here's a final look at the fully enchanted armor and it really looks crazy. It's time to say goodbye. I'm gonna leave the world, quit the game and load into my hardcore world. So we are now in version 1.21.6, which is the current version I'm playing. And I'm now gonna load into my hardcore world and we're gonna see whether it worked or not. I used an outside client to load the chunk from the other world into this one and hopefully everything is gonna be fine. We're now at the base and as some of you may know, I already imported a chunk once in the past which contained the god armor that I previously used. Right now I have the Voxy mod installed, so this should be an LOD. But as soon as we fly near to it, it should turn into the chunk that we imported. And yes, right below you can already see the little village house from our chunk. So I'm quickly gonna fly there and then we'll check whether the protection 5 armor is inside the chest or not. Here I come. Now the moment of truth has come. I hope everything worked because I did exactly as Mistaken said in his tutorial. And we're now gonna walk in and find out ourselves. At this point I'd like to remind you to subscribe to the channel, leave a like and write a comment. I just started this channel and making these videos are a lot of work and the support from you means a lot to me, so I would really appreciate it. But for now, let's continue and find out if it worked. Alright, I hope I did everything correct. Yep, I obtained the best armor possible in hardcore Minecraft. This really took a lot of work, but we're not quite done yet. We still have some work left to do, cause I'm still missing some enchantments. First of all, I'm gonna need mending on every single armor piece. I will need aqua affinity on the helmet, swift sneak on my leggings, and soul speed on the boots. But the enchantments aren't the only thing that is missing, cause those armor pieces are only diamond armor, and the best armor you can obtain in these versions are netherite. But I don't have any netherite. So I will need to farm 32 netherite ingots. Why 32, you may wonder? That's because I don't only want to upgrade the armor to full netherite, but also want to put the rarest armor trim in the game on it with netherite as well. And in order to obtain this armor trim, I will get myself into some pretty dangerous situations. But for now, I took 5 mending books out of my chest to put on each armor piece and my elytra. I combined the mending book with an unbreaking 3 book and put it on my elytra because it was missing the unbreaking. So the elytra should be finished. I combined another unbreaking 3 and mending book and put this one on my chest plate, so this would be finished too. Next I flew to the trading hall I had next to my storage and checked whether the villagers had any aqua affinity books they were trading. Sadly they hadn't, so I had to use the lectern method to get it. I feel like it's already been hours. Oh, but we got our first enchantment, feather falling. I'll need this. Please Mojang, I need this. Oh, okay. Aqua affinity is acquired too. So I will quickly combine aqua affinity and mending in this anvil and put this on my helmet, and it should be done too. Now for the boots, I'll need the feather falling which I just acquired and soul speed. Soul speed shouldn't be any problem though, because my pickling bartering farm is pretty OP. So we'll quickly go through the portal and fly to the bartering farm. Yep, as I thought, I have a lot of soul speed books in here. Let me just grab one real quick and we'll fly back and put everything on the boots. Let's finish this up. Let me quickly combine the feather falling and the soul speed book, and then we'll put this one on the boots. Alright, boots are finished. And now comes the hard part, because we'll need the Swift Sneak book, and for this we'll need to loot some ancient cities. Also, now's the time to mention the armor trim, because the rarest armor trim in the game is the Silence armor trim, which is only found in ancient cities. And the chance of getting the Silence armor trim is 1.2%. Yep. Let's hope it's not gonna take that long. Alright, so there should be an ancient city right somewhere around here. I'm currently looking at the chunk map, and when I'm at the coordinates, I'm just gonna dig down and hope that it's gonna be there. Okay, the chunk map is telling me that it's right here. Only problem is that it's at Y level -54, which is kinda deep. So I'm quickly gonna dig down. Okay, here it is. Now I'm gonna drop down and really need to look out, because I don't really want to spawn too many wardens. My heart is always racing in these ancient cities. Okay, here we go. And there's already 2 chests, so I'm quickly gonna loot those. I don't see any shriekers. Oh damn, 2 god apples. That's pretty good. Gotta say, the loot in these ancient cities is pretty OP. I do want to get rid of the skulk sensors, but I think that's way too many. I think I'm just gonna look out for the shriekers and hope everything's gonna be fine. This one in particular I'm definitely gonna get rid of. Should have brought my hoe, because it takes quite a while with the pickaxe. Alright, coast should be clear. Now we can go to the second chest. Just need to know how to get up there. I think placing blocks should trigger the skulk sensors, so I should be careful. Maybe somewhere around here I can jump up. Okay, there it is. I don't see any shriekers here, so I should be fine. Okay, a lot of amethyst shards, some potions. I think I'll take the bottle of enchantings with me. Those can be pretty useful. Let's fly somewhere high up and look for some more chests. Never mind, I actually want to place some blocks on top of the chests that I looted, so I know where I went. Okay, now we can look for some more chests. I think I'll fly towards this direction. And there's the third one actually, and I've already seen the fourth one I'll loot afterwards. Let's see what we've got. That's good. That's the first Swift Sneak book that we'll need. Unfortunately, it's only level 1, but we'll loot some more anyways. I'm definitely gonna take this one with me, quickly place a block on top, and now we'll go to the next chest. Although I do wonder what's there, so I'll fly in this direction first. Oh shit, didn't know there was a sensor. That was the first shriek. I think 3 in total would summon the first warden. I'll quickly fly away somewhere else. It's so scary when everything turns dark. Let me land here real quick. Oh my god, no way. That's the second shriek. I couldn't see it because it was so dark. Oh, but we've got a chest at least. I don't know how I'll get rid of this one though. And I hope this really only was the second shriek. Alright, I'll just go down here and maybe I can reach it from here. That looks pretty good. So I'll destroy this shrieker real quick. Alright, done. No other shrieker in sight. So the coast should be clear to open this chest. Oh, perfect. That's the next Swift Sneak book. This time it's level 2. I'd say this loot was pretty decent. And I can already see the next chest. Let me jump over there really quick. Okay, didn't trigger anything. But there are some shriekers here. Let me just open this chest real quick, and maybe we'll have some time. Okay, the warden spawned in now. I might as well just change my method. Might as well just go all in, fly, loot the chests, and go to the next one. There he is, sniffing around for me, but I want to look out for some more chests I can loot. Well, this side looks pretty empty. I'll probably just fly in this direction. Oh, there I can see one. Just let me land right next to it. Also, no shriekers here this time, so let's hope the loot is good. Nope, no swift sneak book, no gottables. That chest was pretty useless. Well, this does take some time, so I might as well just fly around, show everything that's inside the chests, and I'll tell you when I found the armor trim or enough swift sneak books. Alright, just some XP bottles, but we'll move on. This one is completely useless. Oh, there's a book, and it's even level 3, perfect. Now we'll only need the armor trim. And I just spawned in the second warden. He's just standing there, menacingly. And this chest is useless as well. Next chest, useless as well. Maybe this one? Nope. 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 Alright, so I'm done looting this ancient city. I'm just gonna build up and we're gonna look for the next one. Also, I went out of rockets, so I need to get back to the base. Cause I kinda lost my ender chest. Alright, I'm finally at home, just quickly gonna grab some rockets and then I'm gonna fly to the next ancient city and hopefully we have the armor trim there. Also, let me quickly grab my ender chest so that won't happen again. I do wanna finish up the leggings really quick cause we now have all the enchantments that we're gonna need. I'll combine the mending and the swift sync book and put this one on the leggings. And now the enchanting part is finally done. This time I'm quickly going to the bordering farm and getting myself some wool, because walking on wool won't be detected from the skulk sensors and that may prevent some warden spawning. This may make looting a bit safer. I kinda had the feeling that I didn't loot everything in the ancient city, so I quickly went back to the first one and looted the rest if there was any. Nope. Nope. Book yes, armor trim nope. No. Nope. Nope. Once again, book yes, armor trim nope. 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 Book yes, armor trim nope. This time I'm finished for real with this ancient city, so I'm gonna fly to the next one and I'll be right back. Alright, according to my calculations of course, the ancient city should be right over here inside the mountain. Yes, there it is. You know the procedure, I'm just gonna loot the chests and I'll let you know if I find anything. Wish me luck. Book yes, armor trim nope. Nope. 2 god apples. At this point I didn't even need any books anymore, so I left them. Nope. 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 2 god apples. Nope. 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 And 2 more god apples. I'm now done with the second ancient city and still I didn't find any armor trim. There's also a second armor trim you can find and that is the ward armor trim. I didn't even find this one. But okay, I'll move on to the third one. The third ancient city should be right down here. So once again, I'm gonna dig down and I'll be right back. This time you get a quick montage of every chest I opened with nothing in it. And hopefully the chest with the armor trim. Wait, that's the 5th chest I just opened. Alright, we've got it. I'll fly around a bit more and look for some god apples, but you'll just see me back in the base. Cause I think that was enough ancient city looting. Alright, so this is all the loot that we've got from these ancient cities. It's 14 swift sneak books, 10 god apples, 34 enchanting bottles, and of course the silence armor trim. I think with this we can go back to the base. And now there's only one thing missing. I will quickly need to duplicate the armor trim in the crafting table, and it's 1 cobble deep slate and 7 diamonds for each duplication. But due to the quarry project I have running meanwhile, the diamonds aren't really a problem. And here we have 4 silence armor trims and 1 spare for my chest. And now there's only one thing missing, which is the netherite. So I quickly went into the nether and found a spot where I want to dig down. I went to the optimal Y level for netherite spawning and started mining. I will once again spare you with the boring details, so we'll just skip to the part where I found all the netherite, or ancient debris or whatever. Alright, it's been a pretty long mining session. We meanwhile switched the biome, cause not long after digging I found out that I was in the middle of a lava pool. So I flew somewhere else and digged up a bit more. But we finally have the 32 ancient debris. So the only thing left to do is to go home, smelt it, and combine everything with the armor. So I will also need some gold. For some odd reason the chest is kinda empty, although I just built the fastest gold farm ever before my last video, but I didn't have the time to fill up my chest. So I'll quickly take some gold blocks, convert it into gold, and then I'll smelt the ancient debris. I almost forgot that I needed to duplicate these thingies here too, but as with the silence armor trim, it wasn't a problem. And the ancient debris should be finished, yes. Here we have 32 netherite scrap, and I can now craft a total of 8 netherite ingots, which is the exact amount that I will need. And now it is time. After this, I will have the best armor in the game. Here comes the helmet, the chestplate, the leggings, and finally the boots. And now for every armor piece, it will get the silence armor trim with the netherite ingot. Once again, the helmet, the chestplate, the leggings, and the boots. And here it is, the final armor put together. This really took a long time, but I think it was worth it. I'm now gonna put the old armor into display in my house, as I don't have any other use for it. And this armor has protected me a really long time as well, but now it's time to say goodbye. And here we are at the end of the video. As I said before, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to this channel, leave a like and write a comment. Those videos take a lot of time for me and I don't earn any money from it, so it's really just a hobby. For the future I have bigger builds in mind and bigger projects as well, but we'll get there. Until that time, I wish you guys the best and we'll see us in the next video.